the University of National Champions. That's UNC for those that don't know. But this is part two. We're going to talk about it on 94 feet of UNC.
Gordy to Black. The time, 18. Shot, Jordan! Michael Jordan!
Swicker with the defense and the rebound. That's a good effort by Swicker.
Stackhouse streaking in on Park. Reverse dunk is good, and he gets fouled by Park. Oh my goodness, what a dunk by Stackhouse.
Interesting that he brought him back so quickly, but you know what? They're down eight. It's fair to say, but you can't teach that. You can't teach that high-rising ability. 3. And Green rips down the rebound in traffic. 4-on-1. Great job. What a terrific job in transition. I mean, you could.
The glass no good. Rebound followed by Hansbrough. Good! Carolina.
Inside 30 overall. Love, top of the key.
Alice about this over. Carolina. The Tar Heels have won the national championship.
And that is it. There is a new team in college basketball. North Carolina takes the title. Hampton, any final. North Carolina is the 2009 national champion. And this year, the confetti is going to fall to North Carolina. They're not going to be denied this time.
What's up, everybody? It is Thursday, September 26th. You are tuned in to the 94 feet of UNC podcast. I am your host, of course, Linzel Graham. I got a special guest, of course, in the building with me today, a legend himself. Before we get into it, he not an unfamiliar face either. Those in the Carolina family, you all know who this guy is. You know what I'm saying? But before we get into to talking with him, please make sure that you like and subscribe to my YouTube channel at 94 feet of UNC, because you never know who's going to stop in at the Zell Dome, chop it up with me. You know, I keep telling y'all every episode, but in order to catch these episodes, of course, what you got to do, hit the notification bell, hit the subscription button, and make it happen. It only takes 1 to 2 seconds, everybody, but I appreciate all the love and support from everybody. Make sure you follow me on my socials, on Twitter, on Instagram. I reply back if you hit me up. 94 feet of UNC. Also, we got 94 feet of UNC podcast merchandise coming soon. But in order to find out about free giveaways and contests and things like that, you got to make sure that you tuned in and tapped in with me. You know what I'm saying? On my YouTube channel. So hit the subscription button. Like, appreciate all the love and support from everybody thus far. We're going to get into it, man. Like I said, I got a special guest in the building with me today. For those that don't know, this guy's a legend. They're all legends to me. This guy's a legend as well. Mr. Reyshawn Terry is in the building with me today. He decided to stop in at the Zell Dome and chop it up with me. Reyshawn, what's up, my guy?
Man, I'm coolin', man. I'm all right, man. How you doing, man? Appreciate you for having me for real.
Man, listen, man, it's always an honor to be able to talk to UNC greats and UNC legends in my eyes. You know what I'm saying? Like, growing up watching all you guys, man, like, listen, it's an honor to be able to be in this position, to be able to just sit down and chop it up with y'all, man. Like, that's it, just being a diehard Tar Heel fan. I mean, it doesn't get no better than this when you're wearing that Carolina
Right.
blue Argyle, right? You know what I'm saying? So,
For sure.
hey, yeah, man. So, I mean, I'm glad you're here.
Mhm.
And just so everybody knows, might have some things coming down the pipeline here soon or whatever, but not gonna put nothing out there, whatever, just yet.
Yeah,
But,
we ain't
you
gonna
know,
we ain't gonna talk about that right now.
yeah. So, but you know, like, listen, Ray, tell everybody about you and a little bit about your background and your history and stuff for those that don't know.
Oh yeah, well, as he said before, you know, I'm Reyshawn Terry, from Winston-Salem, North Carolina.
Great folk.
Trade folk that don't know, trade folk. Grew up on the east side of Winston, but I stayed all over Winston-Salem, man. So you like I said, I speak for the whole Winston-Salem. I speak for not just one side. I speak for the whole city. So I wear my city on my sleeve with pride, and and hey man, I just I went on to play at the University of UNC, the UNC. There's only one UNC, man. All these other off brands is, can't really uh I can't really give them no
Compare.
credit really. Like it's only one
Right.
UNC, only one North
Right.
Carolina, you know. The other Carolina is, we ain't even gonna talk about them, um
Right.
but yeah, man, graduated from Reynolds High School, and I did great things at that place, and I proceeded to go on, like I said, at UNC, and did some more great things, and we're gonna probably you know get into it even more so now. I don't want to give too much, without you being able to kind of ask what you want to ask. So just to give a little bit of background about me, like you said, I went on to play at the University of North Carolina. I'm one of the 15 or 16 guys that was on that national championship team in '05. So yeah, man. I guess I'll just stop there for now, because like I said, I don't know what you want to ask, so I don't want to kind of get ahead of myself in the interview. So I'll just stop there.
I got you, bro. I got you. And listen, man, like I tell all of my listeners and all my followers or whatever, you know what I'm saying? You stopped in at the Zell Dome. You know what I'm saying? Come on in, kick your shoes off for a little bit. You know what I'm saying? We're not gonna be here for a long time, but we're gonna be here for a good time. So
Good time.
get comfortable. You know what I'm saying? Like this is
Yeah.
what we do. You want something to drink? I got you, bro. Like, the hospitality. You know what I'm saying? I gotta extend the hospitality to my guests, man. I don't want them thirsty or nothing when they come in. But yeah, man,
Yeah.
just come on in,
Yeah.
get comfortable, man. Kick the shoes off or whatever. We're gonna chop it up a little bit today, man, for
Right.
sure. So
Yeah. Yeah.
so
Yeah.
listen, tell everybody, let's jump right into it. Tell
Okay.
everybody how you became a Tar Heel fan, number one,
hmm
and how you ended up on the team, basically, the recruiting process.
Okay. Well, man, I mean, obviously, every amateur that's coming up in the ranks, that is a basketball fan. Um, like I say, UNC is the spokesman for North Carolina. That Carolina Blue was, man, it was so, just Carolina Blue in general, man. Like it just make you want to be like,
Special.
man, like what is that all about? Like what's that school all about? That color, the color itself is just, it stands out, man. It's just
Hmm.
it's in a category of its own. So um, I was fortunate enough to play basketball, and I happened to be a little good at it, and colleges and uh well, I'll say high schools uh were taking notice, man. High school coaches and um AAU coaches were taking notice, and like I say, I ended up playing, well, from middle school. I went from middle school. You know how the grassroots go. You go from middle
Yeah.
school and you play middle school AAU and all of that stuff. I was kind of a late bloomer, man, but uh, you know, I ended up being pretty good for my middle school team, and went on to play high school at Glenn High School for my first 2.5 years. A lot of people may not know that, but I played at Glenn High School, where the legend himself, Josh Howard, went, um,
Right.
and played there for 2.5 years, and ended up transitioning from there to where I ended up graduating, was Reynolds High School. And like I say, I was pretty decent, man, in my era. So that was, you know, uh, I guess the the start of my recruitment. You know
Hmm.
what I mean? In high school, I guess that you could say that was the start of my recruitment and my journey to eventually ending at UNC. I was recruited by Matt Doherty. Unfortunately, I wasn't able to play for him, but I always give him his flowers about just giving me that opportunity to to have a chance to play for the great University of North Carolina.
Yeah, yeah. Big shout out to Matt Doherty too, man. Like he a lot of I don't know if people know this or not, but I mean, of course, UNC fans know. But Matt Doherty is the one that pretty much kind of assembled the and put together the '05 national championship team. Um,
Yeah, I mean, all
and
those guys were his. Those were his guys. Those were his
yeah,
players. So
yeah,
you
yeah.
know,
So
Coach Williams, he inherited us, and he just kind of piggyback off of what was already established, and then put his spin on it, and the rest was history.
yeah, yeah. So I it's kind of like the same thing that I heard from David when I talked to him a couple weeks ago, man. Because you
Hmm.
guys were both teammates, of course, on that '05 championship team.
Hmm.
Um, it was just remarkable to see. You know, I think it was a telltale sign of who Matt Doherty was, as far as, because we had always, me as a fan looking from the outside in, I always heard that Matt Doherty was probably like one of the best recruiters during that time, during out there.
Yeah.
And
Yeah, I mean, it showed. It showed. You know what I'm saying? Like he was a great recruiter, but for whatever reason, it didn't work out on the coaching, side of it. But
right,
he was hell of a recruiter, as you could
yeah,
see.
yeah,
So
yeah, yeah. And I mean, and it paid off. It
yeah.
paid off.
Oh yeah. Oh yeah.
And which is always a good thing. Some players, nowadays with this whole transfer portal and all of that, and the way that the
Mhm.
NCAA has made changes, now they have it set up to where, okay, if a coach retires or gets fired or anything like that, then the players
Mhm.
have an option to, enter the portal, go to a new team, or they have the option, of course, to stay at the school that they're at. And you
Right.
know, you guys, you and David and Melvin and Wad and Sean and all of y'all decided to of course stick around, even with the coach change. And
Right.
like I said, like you said, the rest is history. Look what happened.
Hmm.
You know what I'm saying? So
Right.
that's
Right.
uh that's a story that you guys on that team can tell a lot of the young players that's coming up nowadays,
Right.
or
Right.
whatever.
Right.
But
Right.
of course the game is different now.
Yeah.
So it just, I think sometimes it's hard to keep players at school. When
Yeah.
the when the,
Of
when
course.
they're
Of course.
when the coach that they believed in is no longer there. So, but that's a whole nother story,
Right.
within itself or whatever. So let me ask you this. I'm gonna move on. What was your experience like at UNC? Like, tell us about it. I know you got some wild stories, of course. 'Cause
Yeah. Yeah.
yeah, like, so tell everybody about your experience at UNC.
Well, I don't have that superstar glorified story. I have more of a, like a testimony. My story is like one of those, testimonial stories. Like I say, I wasn't recruited by Roy Williams coming in, so it was a little difficult for me. Because anybody that's been through that or has experienced that understands like what I mean by like you know, it being difficult because you don't know what to expect. You don't know if this coach has plans for you. You don't know
Mhm.
anything. So you just go into it kind of like blindfolded, and but I knew my approach wasn't going to be any different as if Coach Doherty would have been there. So that's just what I held on to. That was what I stayed focused on. It's like, look, my approach is gonna be my approach. Come in, work hard, earn my keep, and just let the rest kind of take care of itself. So, um, I knew what I was getting myself into too, so I was okay with coming off the bench, because I knew that I had guys that were better than me, uh, that was already on that team. So, I kind of was basically up for the smoke. I wanted the smoke. I was with that. So, I'm cut from that cloth anyway. I'm like one of the last OGs, when it comes to just like being a dog. You know what I'm
Yeah.
saying? Like one of them dogs. So uh I was cool with it because any other school that I would have went to in the country, I would have probably not probably I would have started my freshman year, no questions.
Right.
So I gave up a lot to take on the challenge of going to UNC. But like I say, I was up for the challenge, and I wouldn't take anything back from it, even if I could do it over.
Right. Yeah.
But uh, but just to kind of add a little bit more to what my experience was, it was kind of like I say, when you are a top player coming out of high school, you used to playing, and when you're taking your talents to another level, you have that same mentality. Of course, you got to earn your keep, but you go into it with the expectations of, hey, I'm gonna play. I'm gonna
Mhm.
play right away. I may not start, but I'm gonna be in a rotation or something. And that wasn't my story. For the first couple years of my career at Carolina, so it was very difficult. It was very challenging. Um, but as you said earlier, I was up for the challenge, man. I wasn't ducking no smoke. I wasn't running. I was mad. I was frustrated. But I also knew that I had a lot of learning to do. I wasn't uh, prepared for Coach Williams' system. Like it took me a while to get his system because it was a lot, bro. Like
Yeah.
it was a lot. But when I got it, I held on to it and I mastered it. Because I knew first and foremost, in order for me to play, I had to know the playbook. I had to learn, his way. So once I got that, I was good and I didn't look back. So I like I say, overall, my experience was it was it was it was it was a surreal experience, man. The average, not even I won't even say the average.
Mhm.
Little to slim to none of the kids that come from Winston Salem get the opportunity that I had. So I beat the odds, man. So
Yeah.
I walk around and like I say with my head held high, and and I walk around with a lot of pride because like I say, man, I think I'm, even to this day, other than Michael Copeland, we're the only ones that came from Winston Salem that played at
Yeah.
UNC. So
Yeah.
and to get not only play, but I have a degree. So there
Yeah.
ain't a lot of people walking around here that could say that. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
yeah,
That what
my experience was dope, bro.
listen. I always ask all my guests that type of that question, especially alumni players. Um, when they come in and basically sit down and chop it up with me, like it's to hear so many different stories. Like
Hmm.
each person, even not even so much the alumni players, but like just people that are deep within the university. When speaking with Adam Lucas, speaking to you know uh, Jonathan from Point to the Passer, all the way up to speaking to you, speaking to Pete,
Hmm.
speaking to David. Like so
Right.
many different stories that are just remarkable stories, and everybody has a different story. But
Right.
that's one of the reasons why I wanted to create this platform to be able to give everybody a voice and a
Yeah.
chance to speak on how they became a Tar Heel fan, their experience being at UNC. I mean, and just the list goes on and on. So to hear
Right.
your story, it's remarkable. And then like I looked up some stats, right? I looked up some
Yeah.
stats for you, Ray. So like uh top 60 out of the 100 class in 2003. That's
Mm-hmm.
big. That's
Mm-hmm.
big. Uh, Drafted by the Orlando Magic, second round,
Mm-hmm.
14th pick, 44th overall,
Mm-hmm.
2007 NBA draft.
Mm-hmm.
That's big because a
Yeah.
lot of players nowadays don't make the NBA. Like,
Right.
you know what I'm saying? So to
Right.
to 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 be able to see these stats, an NCAA champion, 2005, 2006 All ACC, uh,
Mm-hmm.
uh, uh, what else we got? 2006 All ACC tournament. Like, on the
Mm-hmm.
career, 7 points, 3 rebounds, 7.3 points, 3.5 rebounds. Around
And
one
that's like I
one
say,
assist.
that's really, but I have to kind of, I have to kind of defend my my say in that, because it's like I say, I sat for 2 years, so I had to kind of make up for lost time. You know what I'm saying? So
Right.
my junior year, I made history. With the most, I think it's second most points increase in the season by any player, other than
Right.
I think it was Donald Williams was before me.
Right.
Um, but yeah, man. So I think third all time 3-point percentage. Uh, so like I say, man, I'm here too. I don't, like I said, I don't get the recognition, but it's cool. Like
Right.
I don't really trip on that, but and I've never been that type of person to even care about that anyway, though. If
Right.
everybody that know me, they know. Like I don't really be tripping on that. So,
Yeah.
but like I say, everybody, if you know, you know. Like
Yeah.
my peers respect me. Uh, as such, my teammates do too. So, like for me, that's all that matters.
Right. Right. And like I said, like the dude, like you said, you sat for 2 years.
Yeah,
Your other 2 years, look what you achieved, and
exactly,
look where you got.
exactly.
You got
So,
it. You got a national
you know.
championship. You
Yeah, man.
you you went to the
And
NBA.
most importantly, I have a degree, man. Like I
Right.
can't emphasize that enough. I have a degree,
Right.
and like I say, coming from Winston-Salem, 5 people can probably say that they graduated from UNC. You know what I'm
Right.
saying?
Right.
Let alone college. You know what I'm saying? So it's like, uh, I take a lot of pride in that, man. Because like I said, I could have been another statistic, but I prevailed. I prevailed. I beat the odds. So.
Listen, I know all about that. I lived in Greensboro for a long time.
Yeah.
So that's how I know about Trefo. Like, you know what I'm
Yeah,
saying?
yeah, for sure.
Only people in this in the
In
state
the
of North
triad,
Carolina
yeah,
know about the Trefo. You know what I'm saying?
yeah,
Like, for
yeah,
sure. So to see what you did and within 2 years, like
yeah.
it's remarkable. It's incredible. I salute you, bro, because a lot of people can't do that in 2 years. And what you did in
No,
2 years, winning the national championship, getting drafted, two big things that a lot of players are never gonna get.
hmm
Two things that they
and
may
look,
get.
hey, and most important, like I won't say most importantly, but we cannot forget. I won't let anyone forget that I had a phenomenal career overseas, man. I played
Right.
almost 20 years. I played almost 20 years, so basketball was great to me. Carolina was a platform for
Yeah.
sure.
Yeah.
But um, that wasn't, or that didn't make up who I am.
Right.
I was Reyshawn Terry before any of this.
Right.
I just happened to be good at basketball and use basketball as a platform. But
Yeah.
here I am now. Uh, like I say, I had a phenomenal career. You know, um, and it put me in position to to be, who I am today. So man, I'm grateful. I'm
Yeah,
definitely grateful.
absolutely. As you should be, bro. Because I'm gonna be honest with you. Just even in talks with a lot of people behind the scenes that I talk to, as far as like other UNC podcasters, writers, or
Hmm.
whoever that works and deals with the university, or that was a part of teams and things like that.
Hmm.
Everybody knows Reyshawn Terry. Everybody
Hmm.
knows Reyshawn Terry. You know what I'm saying? Like I told you before we started, like well, I don't want to give out a name because he's actually coming on the show soon or whatever. But I
Okay.
told you
Okay.
before the show, I told you before
Yeah.
the show that somebody that played
Yeah.
before you
Yeah. Yeah.
was like, "Yo,
Hmm.
tell
Yeah.
Ray I said what up." Like, you know what I'm
Yeah.
saying?
Exactly.
So
Exactly. Exactly.
it's people recognize it. It just like you said, it could because of a lot of the other players.
Yeah. Yeah.
Some of the play some a lot of because of a lot of the players than a lot of other players that may have been a little bit maybe further down on the bench or whatever the
Yeah.
case
Yeah.
may be.
Yeah.
They
Exactly.
they get lost in the sauce a little bit. But
Yeah.
that once again, that's the reason why this platform is built
Yeah.
for
Yeah. Yeah.
any and everybody, whether you was from the Michael Jordans to the Creighton Lebos,
Yeah.
that
Exactly.
was all the way on the other end of the bench. Like that's what
Yeah.
this platform is for everybody
Hmm.
to
Hmm.
express story. And
Yeah.
and everybody is important when it comes to a fan's perspective. Like I still look
Hmm.
at you guys like a fan. Yeah, I got a platform now, but I'm a fan of everybody.
Yeah.
Everybody
Yeah.
that's on the team, whether it's the Jordans or the Lebos.
Yeah.
It doesn't matter. Like if you
Hmm.
had a chance to put on that Argyle Carolina blue and play in the Dean Dome on Roy Williams court, you're a legend in my eyes.
Yeah,
Period.
yeah. Well,
I
I
don't.
mean, that's
It doesn't
appreciated,
matter.
man. And like I
Absolutely.
say, a lot like you, a lot of people don't get that chance to do that, man. So, like you say, even if you didn't play, you're still glorified. You're still praised. Maybe not to the magnitude or on the scale of all the other glorified and greats,
Yeah.
but you still get your flowers too, man. So,
Yeah.
for me,
Yeah.
that's all you could ask for in return from your fans and your peers and everybody that had a hand in your upbringing or your following or something like that. So it's
Yeah.
like it's a surreal out of body experience, man. Even 20
Yeah.
years later, So
Absolutely.
I'm not disappointed in my decision. I'll say that.
Yeah. And hey, it's like I said, it's respected and salute to you, bro, for sure.
Thank you.
Like, you know what I'm
Thank
saying? Like, I don't want that's not gonna go unnoticed. And,
you.
you know, I like I said, if it's a Jordan or a Lebo, I'ma still treat you the same,
Yeah.
regardless of
Mhm.
what your position was on the bench. If it's a player, like I'm gonna treat you the same because, like I said, I got this platform, but I'm still a fan. Period.
Yeah, man. I mean,
Before anything, you know what I'm saying?
that
So
that's been my walk anyway. I wanted
right,
people to know and appreciate me for who I was, and not just for what I did. You know, at Carolina or what because I played basketball. I took a lot of pride in just really, really developing friendships, man, because that was important to me. That was really
yeah,
important to me at my time at Carolina, even before Carolina, and even presently today. So.
yeah,
Um, yeah, man. So yeah, I hope I was able to give that and that energy off, and I hope it was appreciated, from not just fans but people.
right, right, yeah, yeah. I listen, like I said, especially coming from the Trey folk, I know, bro. I I know. Trust me.
Yeah,
I know.
yeah.
Yeah. I get it. I get it. So But yeah, man, big respect to you, man, and congratulations on everything that you've succeeded at the university. You know what I'm saying? So
Yeah,
for sure.
appreciate that.
But
Appreciate that.
absolutely, absolutely. So let me ask you this. Because I asked David the same question. So of
Right.
course I gotta ask you,
All right.
what did it feel like watching the confetti fall at the end of the 2005 season? Like I can only imagine, but I gotta ask you what it felt like.
Honestly speaking, I don't think I've been able to process it up until last weekend, or I think it was last
Right.
weekend or the week before, when we came back for the 20-year reunion, man, and just to see all the guys and kind of reflect on everything and watching videos and seeing everybody families, man, like that was the I think the highlight of the whole weekend, just to be able to interact with the players, and after not seeing some of the guys since we left school, and like I say, to see their families and see that everybody is doing well, like that was pretty dope to me. That was cool, you know.
Yeah.
And like I say, when it happened, I really didn't understand it. Yeah, it
Right.
was like, yo, we won. It was another game that we won. I knew it was a big game, but I didn't realize the magnitude and the effect of what had happened. You know,
Right.
man, I was just happy that all the work that we had put into that season paid off, because
Yeah.
man, when I tell you, like, yo, we went through it, like, from the beginning of the summer of before the season, like, everybody was
Yeah.
just, it was a different energy, it was a different vibe. It was just like, yo, we came up short last year. We got a taste of what the NCAA, well, at least me as a freshman, I can't speak for everybody else, but it was like, yo, we got a taste of what the NCAA is like now. So we obviously know that we belong here. Everybody know that, Carolina, we gonna be here. That goes without being said. What's understood don't need to be discussed. Carolina, we supposed to be here. So now it's like,
That's,
all right, we want to win. We want to win. We have the
yeah.
talent. So why can't we win it? But
Right.
it started from, like I say, it started from the summer, man. It really did. Like, the pickup games, the you know the conditioning, the practices, the everything. It was just a different. It was one of those things. That's like, yo, the way we moving, the way we're investing into this season, it would be a failure if we didn't win it.
Right.
That was just our approach. The way we were getting at people, bro. It was gratifying for me, because we winning, we smacking teams, and I'm getting to play. So I was
Yeah.
like, yeah,
Yeah.
I'm like, come on, we gotta look. We up 20. It's like, come on, let's win by 30. Let's win by 40, so I can get in. Give me a nice little
Yep.
run.
Yeah. 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 Yeah.
And it became a thing where Coach Williams wouldn't.
Hold on, Ray. I think the sound just went out. Hold on. I think the sound went out.
Can you hear me?
Yeah. I can hear you now. Yeah.
All right. Yeah, I'm telling these
Yeah.
guys, like, yo, we got to smack these guys tonight, man, so your boy can get in. So it was
Yeah.
just one of those things, man, where it was like a snowball effect. We started winning games, and we would lose a game every so often, but like Dave said, it was one of those. Every game that we lost was a game that we needed for that time and that space of the season, because it was
Right.
just helping us build for adversity on down the line, and in those tight games in the tournament that we faced. So every game we lost was I felt like was for a purpose, you know.
Yeah.
And when that horn sound 0-0-0, man, I was so happy because I'm like, man, these guys won't go away. I was like, dang, bro. You know, as a spectator, I had first class seats, you know, front row seats
Right.
on the bench. So it was like, man, these dudes won't go away, man. Like
Yeah.
those guys they
They were
belong.
good.
They
They were
belong.
good.
So
Yeah.
it
Illinois
was
was. Yeah. They was good.
we really earned that championship. Like we
Yeah.
earned it, bro. Like, you know, them boys wasn't like laying down because of who we were, you know, because they felt
Right.
obviously that they were just as good as us, you know, and it showed. So, you know, obviously we were the better team that game. But
Yeah.
yeah, we earned that championship, man, and because of that, look, we in the history books today. You know, like I said, we just celebrated 20 years, man. So, you know, that's just a testament to, you know, what can happen when you really, really believe and you buy in. Um, and you know, that 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 feeling is still like every time I go down there, you know, I when I go in that Dean Dome, I look up, man, and it's like, wow, bro, like I'm a part of this. Like that's something that no one can take away.
That's a fact. That's a fact. That is. I mean, just listen. Like I said, just listening to your story, it sounds similar to David's, of course. Like it
Mm-hmm.
was like a surreal moment. But you know, for when I spoke with him just being able to go back and say, you know, the adversity that we faced, uh, you know, everything, you know, holding each other accountable for, you know, a misplay, something, or whatever the case may be. And like he said during the beginning of the season, like, yo, we really might have something here to be able to win it all and to see the mentality that you all joined together
Mm-hmm.
as a unit. And like he said, held each other accountable, whatever the case may be, it paid off in the end. And that's and of course, we as fans, of course, we appreciate that because that's another banner in the Dean
And
Smith
it's
Center
hey,
hanging.
that's bragging rights, bro. That's bragging rights.
Yeah, yeah, yeah,
Especially for them
yeah.
dookies, you know what I'm
It's
saying? Them dookies over there.
right, right. But you know, I got some Duke friends. I do. Like matter of fact, I got a lot of Duke friends.
Yeah.
Um, and I've done a show. I've done shows with a few of the guys from another from a Duke podcast or whatever.
Yeah.
Real solid guys though. Real solid
Right,
guys.
right,
But
right.
when it comes to us versus them, oh yeah, it's like listen, the gloves are off. The gloves
Yeah,
are off.
exactly.
Like we it's
Exactly.
friendly debates, friendly competition or whatever. But then when the cameras go off, it's like listen, what y'all got planned for the weekend? Like you know,
Yeah, yeah,
it's
yeah.
all love, but you know,
Uh-huh.
yeah, we got the bragging rights, like you said. We got the bragging rights with Duke and a lot of different things that I don't. A lot of people probably don't know that aren't Carolina or Duke fans, but you know, we
Mm-hmm.
got more chips than them. Uh,
Mm-hmm.
we sent Coach K home
Yeah, well,
twice.
we have. I think we still hold
The winning
we still
record,
hold the yeah we still hold the wins and loss record. So
yeah.
like
So
ultimately that's all that matters right now. Like all that
exactly,
other stuff can go away. Like long as we got more wins than y'all, I'm cool. Like
absolutely, absolutely.
we got
But
more
now,
wins, so that's
listen, the Coach K thing is not ever going away.
no, of course not.
That's
I
stamped.
mean that was I ain't gonna lie, that was as a former player to see us match up with them in the NCAA tournament, and it was one of those like, and with it being Coach K's last game potentially, it was like, yo, that would be the icing on the cake to
To
send him
win a
off.
chip. Yeah, that would have now winning the chip that year would have been that, like you said, that would have been the icing on the cake because we beat him in his last home game at Cameron, and then turned around and beat him in the Final Four. Like if we would have won that chip that year, there's nothing, and still to this day, there's still nothing that Duke fans can really say to Carolina fans because we still own them. But that would have took it over the top just to win that chip. But it's all good. It's all good. It's not a big thing, I guess, or whatever. So I don't know. I'm excited about this season though, for sure, because of course Duke is right up there with like they always are. Hopefully, we'll get Reyshawn back here in a second. We'll see what's going on. But yeah, to send Coach K home like that, a beautiful thing. Seeing him ride off with on the golf cart into the sunset at the Final Four, beautiful thing. So but we like Ray said, we still own Duke, and we got the winning record, and numbers don't lie, right? So, but yeah, we we as Tar Heel fans appreciate legends like Reyshawn Terry, like Pete Chilcutt, like David Noel, and more guests are coming soon. Of course, I can't let no cats out the bag just yet or anything like that. But we appreciate as fans, we appreciate all of these guys. Um, they've done a lot for the university. Um, they've made Carolina who they are today, and that's to be commended. Um, and that's the reason why we are who we are today because of all of these guys. Once again, whether it's from the Michael Jordans to the walk-ons on the bench. I don't want to keep saying Creighton Lebo because I don't want Creighton to feel no type of way. It's no shade or anything towards you, Creighton. Just it was just an example. I could have used probably some other examples, but I'll just say walk on. But we appreciate all 13 guys that are on that bench. We appreciate that. So, but hey, it's who we are. It's who we are. So I don't know if Ray is coming back or not. So this show may be cut short today, but of course we if not, then we'll get Ray back on the show, soon, and we're gonna be able to we're gonna get another episode with Ray and try and get things figured out. So but until then, I appreciate everybody for watching. Um um oh, we got Ray back.
Yeah.
Ray, what's up?
Sorry for the technical difficulties.
It's all good. It's all good, my brother. It's all good. So but yeah, yeah, but I was just letting all of the fans know and everything that once again, like I told you, we appreciate everybody, man, from the top players all the way to the walk-ons, and you know, you all have done an incredible job. Everybody from
Yeah.
all
Appreciate
13
it.
players on the bench. You know what I'm saying? So,
Thank you, man.
but yeah, it's to be commended, and we tilt our hats off to you guys, man, for
Thank
sure.
you, bro.
So, absolutely, absolutely. So, Ray, let me ask you this. Let's matter of fact, I do have one question that I wanted to ask. That's kind of not so much off topic, but it is
Right.
on topic.
All right.
Because I asked David the same thing, and
Mhm.
I've even asked Pete the same thing.
Right.
Name one time where Coach Williams may have had to get on you about something.
Bro, what? Hey, boy, we'll be here all day if I
Just one,
told
just
you.
one, Ray, just one though,
Good
just
gracious.
one. We'll,
I was,
we'll
hey, it got to a point to where I was like, man, I think that's just something that he want to do today. Like for real. It was like, man, I mean, it was every day. Like coach was on me every single day.
yeah.
Every day. It wasn't a day that coach didn't say nothing to me. And it
Okay,
got to a
but
point to where it's like if he don't say nothing to me, I feel like something wrong.
right.
You
So
know.
hey, give me a time. Whether it might have been in practice. Like give me a practice moment. Let's narrow it down a little bit and try and bring it in just a little bit. But give me one practice to where it was like, you know what, coach got on me, but I understand why he got on.
Well, well, I used to try to basically follow the guys that were starting. Like coach would put me as a sub for the starters.
Right.
So I'm trying to follow other guys and not understanding, like, bro, you can't make the same mistake this guy makes. Like,
Right.
you don't have that leverage.
Right.
But I'm thinking, well, shoot, he doing it. I'm gonna do it. So, I mean, and little did I know it wasn't right. What I was following wasn't right. So I'm going out there when it's my time to get in and go through the sets. I'm
Right.
messing up big time, and Coach Williams just got to a point where he was like, he was like, son, just go over there and sit down. Like I can't help you, I can't help you today. It was just like Coach was just fed up with me. I was just like, yeah, Coach, I don't blame you. I just walked off the court. I was just like, yeah, I get it, all right, and everybody was just looking at me, just shaking their head, laughing. I'm just like, man, I was just mentally at that point. I was just mentally drained. They was like, you know what? Like, yeah, you ain't feeling me. I ain't feeling it either. It's cool. Like,
Yeah. That's hilarious. It's like, coach, I don't blame you. Like,
I was just, I mean, all wrong out there. I couldn't get it right at all. I could not get it right, bro.
oh man, that is hilarious, boy.
Like,
That's
look,
hilarious.
I hate admitting this, and I don't even like putting this out there for people to judge, but it got so bad as far as me messing up the plays and all that stuff that they was calling me radio, bro. They were calling me radio like I could get right. And I was just like, yo, that when I tell you that thing offended me so bad, because I'm like, bro, and then I ended up watching the movie, and I'm like, bro, this dude is, this character is not intelligent at all. You
Right.
know what I'm saying? Like, and I'm like, bro, these dude calling me radio, bro. Like, it was smoke after that. Like, I was going at everybody's neck after that. But
Yeah.
um,
But it was motivation though, right?
when I tell you, I'm like, look, that ain't no like once that season was over, that's when we won it. When I tell you, I told them, listen, I want a copy of the whole playbook. Give me a copy. I'm gonna sleep, eat, shower, whatever with this.
Yeah.
That'll never happen again. And once I got it, it was like I said, the rest was history. But it
Yeah.
took, and that was part of the reason why I didn't play them 2 years, because it was like, man, when I feel like I'm getting something, when I'm learning this part, coach on another. When I tell you his playbook was it was so, it was so difficult because he had a bunch of like, you know, it wasn't a whole bunch of plays. It just all the
Mhm.
options that he had in the plays that he had.
Yeah.
He would have like 4 or 5 different options, 7 options for one play. And it's like, dude, I'm just learning the basics of the play, like the first
Yeah.
set.
Yeah.
And he throwing 2, 3, 4, 5 different options in the play. And it's like, you know what, I'm gonna just stick with what I know. You go ahead, if I mess up, go ahead, cuss me out. Look, cuss me out, sub me out, do whatever you do whatever you got to do. You know, I look,
Yeah,
I learned. You know, it was one of them things like I just learned through trial and error. You know,
yeah, yeah, yeah.
so
And it once again, it paid off. It paid off.
oh, for sure, for sure.
Yeah, yeah. Boy, that was funny right there. That was funny. I ain't got so tickled in a long time, boy. But that
Yeah,
was
man.
funny
Like
right
I
there. Boy.
coach. Coach used to get on me so bad, bro. It was like it became like an inside joke for the team. It was like we finna get on. I'm finna get on Reyshawn today, y'all. Y'all want to chuckle? Like
Yeah,
let's get on Reyshawn today.
yeah, yeah, yeah,
But
yeah.
I was built for it though. I was built for. He ain't know. Like, I'm like, boy, coach. I'm from the trade, so that
Right.
I'm built for this.
Yeah, yeah. That's same thing that David said. Well, not in that manner, but it was same thing because David, David's from Durham,
Yeah,
so
Dave from Bull
they
City. He from Bull
yeah,
City,
from
so
Bull
it's
City.
the same.
So
It's the same difference. It's like, yo,
yeah,
we cut from that cloth, so it like adversity is nothing to us. You know, it
yeah,
ain't you can't you're not gonna break us. You know, so
yeah,
it was
yeah,
more so like, look, you know, I'm buying in, but I'm gonna f up. I'm gonna mess up. I'm gonna mess up
yeah,
sometimes. You know what I'm saying? So, uh. But again, we try to, you know, we ended up getting it right, like you said. We got it right. You know, we bought in, and that was the most. That I think that was the difference in my success because I wanted, like I bought in, but I wanted to buy in. It was like I wanted to be critiqued. I wanted to learn. I wanted to, you know, really, really be a student of the game. So
yeah,
if I didn't take anything else from Roy Williams, that's what I took from him. It was like, yo, he made you think basketball in the simplest form. You know, the
yeah,
stuff that we don't. A lot of people in basketball today don't really, really uh, give a lot of attention to or credit to, but it's so vital to the
hmm
fundamentals of basketball and helping you understand the game itself. Like,
yeah,
you know, it's
yeah,
he was very, very great at that. So, you know, not only just that, it was just, you know, a lot of his teachings it prepared us for life, like as men, as you know, citizens in the world, you know. So
yeah.
I appreciate that from him for sure.
That's that domino effect because that was listening to Pete when he was telling his stories about Dean Smith. Like it's the
Hmm.
domino effect. Like Dean
Yeah.
Smith, Roy, Coach Williams learned from Dean Smith
Yeah, I
and
mean
Coach
that's
Davis.
all the coaches
Yeah,
that we have, all of my teammates that are coaches now. Anybody that played for Coach Smith or Roy Williams, it's just a tree. It's the you know the grassroots of UNC. It's like, yo,
yeah,
you know, you ain't gonna fall too far from your teaching. Like you're
right,
gonna put your own little spin on it, but your foundation is gonna be from your coaching.
right. And Coach Guthrie, for that matter,
Yeah,
for
exactly.
sure.
Coach
Because
Guthrie too. Yeah,
a lot of people forget about Coach Guthrie,
yeah,
but
yeah.
because he gets mixed in that between
Yeah, just
Dean
being the
and Roy
sidekick.
era.
He's like the Batman. He was the Robin to Batman. You know, so
Right,
like you said, he don't get his just due either. You know, but
right,
I think Coach Guthers was really he was really cool with you know his position. Like he wasn't pressed for you know to be. In fact, I was told that he didn't care to be the next coach after Coach Smith because he was just he was like, I don't want to have to follow that, So,
right, right.
he just was kind of like, okay, well, I'll do it, just because they just felt like he was the guy for the job after Coach Smith because
Yeah,
it was almost like I say, it was like, a part two of Coach Smith, but um, he's definitely well rooted into Carolina basketball for sure.
absolutely, absolutely, absolutely. So we can't forget Coach Guthridge either. So Ray, let me ask you this. Let's move on to this to our last topic or whatever.
Yeah.
What are your expectations? Well, I'm gonna ask you two questions. How well do you think Coach Davis has done thus
hmm
far?
hmm
And what are your expectations for this year's team?
Um, just being honest, bro, I didn't expect him to do that well. Just being honest,
Right.
because a lot of people that come from under a great coach like that, it's hard to follow that act.
Right.
It's so hard to follow that. But man, he came right in, and it was almost as if like we didn't miss a beat.
Yeah.
Um, he kept that standard of expectation, and he's continued to do that. So uh, I think he's done a phenomenal job, man. And honestly speaking, I think his first season or two have basically gave us high hopes for the future, and for the program. Like
Yeah.
Coach Williams left the program in good hands. So
Yeah.
I think uh, he's going to continue to do even. I think he's going to do even better than expectations,
Yeah.
and uh, I think it's just a matter of time. It's just a matter of time for him to when he came so close to winning it all. So it's just a matter of time at this point. That's why it's so promising. His career is at the University of North Carolina is so promising, and I think he gives us, as former players, the fans, whoever supporters,
Hmm.
it gives us just a lot of uh, confidence going forward.
Yeah.
And to let us know, like, yo, Carolina's still in good hands, and we don't really have to, because like you said, when you lose such a great leader, you know that rebuilding thing is like, oh man, we got to go through this. We got to go through rebuilding, and
Hmm.
the program ain't gonna be the same for however many years. So um, that just goes to show that Coach Williams has, he's a great leader, but he also is a great recruiter, because he picked his staff,
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
and it just goes to show how much those guys have been, how much they've learned from Coach Williams, and just their own basketball knowledge of the game, because now that he's head coach, is just now, you're not following behind. He still has that foundation, but he's not uh just mimicking everything that Coach Williams is doing. He has his own approach, So I think he's done a phenomenal job to answer that question. Now, as far as expectations for the team, for me personally, I hate watching us, man, because I feel like every time I watch we do bad. It's like, because I have such a high expectation for us. So
Right.
uh, but just like any other uh fan or former player, we expect them to be, in the big dance, the Final Four,
Right.
championship game. So, um, but I don't like to put expectations on us early on, because I just feel like it jinxes us. So, even though the expectations and the standard is what it's supposed to be,
Yeah.
I just personally, I don't like to give expectations, or uh have expectations, I should say. I just kind of let the cards fall where they may.
Yeah.
But I do expect us to do well. I do expect us to do well. Now, as far as how far we go and all of that, like I said, I just kind of let them lead that narrative.
I got you. I got you. I got you. Listen, it's going to be a real exciting season. I can't wait. We are less than 40 days away. Um, this is I'm just excited, 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 excited. I don't know if I've ever been this excited about basketball season like that. I think I think the excitement. I think the reason why I have more excitement now is because of the fact that I'm kind of in this space now,
Yeah, of course,
and
of course.
I'm having the opportunity to actually talk about it in front of millions and millions of people if it ever reaches that.
Yeah,
But you know, I'm just real excited, and it's going to be I think we're going to have a really good season. Of course,
mhm.
like you said, our expectations is to always be in the championship game and win a championship every year. But of
Yeah,
course,
every
that
year.
does
Yeah,
that
that's the standard.
yeah, that's the standard. So, of course that doesn't always happen or whatever, but um it's just fun. It's just going to be a special season. And Coach Davis just has a lot of flexibility this year with this team. This is
Oh
the
yeah,
type of
oh yeah.
we've never seen a team like this that we have this year at
Right,
UNC,
right,
because
right.
UNC has always been pro-dominant big men,
Yeah,
right, in the paint.
yeah,
And we don't have that this year. This is the first year that we don't have a dominant big man in the paint. So I think that's a lot of excitement. Why we have
yeah,
a lot of excitement, because, like I said, he has so many weapons on this year's team that it allows him to have a lot of flexibility if he wants to play small ball, if he wants to
yeah.
go
I mean,
big.
that's the name of the game these days anyway. Nobody's
Right,
really you don't have no dominant bigs or nobody that's doing a
right,
whole lot of banging and grinding like in the paint. You're gonna have a few of those, but for the most part, it's about spreading that floor, creating,
yeah,
So uh yeah, to see them boys get up and down and play the Carolina way, it's gonna be fun to watch. Now,
yeah.
I'm going to a few of the games myself this year, so it's definitely gonna be exciting, and I look forward to it though. I look forward to see what Coach Hubert has in store for this year.
Absolutely, absolutely, and definitely let me know what games you at, because we might be there as well.
For
So
sure,
me
for
and me
sure.
and me and me and the wife, we definitely gonna be in the building for some games this season for sure. So
Okay.
yeah, so we looking forward to it, man, and we even gonna check out some women's games this year too. Like
Yeah.
I like watching the women as well,
Okay.
because
Okay.
and the women don't get talked about a lot. So
No, they
once
don't.
again,
They
yeah.
don't.
So
They
once
don't.
again, this is
Yeah.
a platform where if coming soon, some special guests, but for the most part, I want to give a lot of the women as well a voice to come on and be able to speak about their experience at UNC. So I'm excited for this year's team. I'm excited for this journey that I'm on right now, as far as being in this space. Um, um, it's just been so far. It's been an incredible ride, man, and got to keep going, got to keep pushing forward. You know what I'm saying? So
Yes, sir.
and it's like I said, it's always good to come and chop it up with you guys, man, and listen to you all stories. Because like I said before anything, I'm still a fan,
Yeah.
and hearing a lot of the stories, that I've never heard,
Hmm.
being in this space and everybody coming on to tell certain stories and things, like, it just makes me a even more bigger fan of
Yeah.
UNC.
Yeah.
And I appreciate everybody that has came on. I appreciate everybody that's coming on soon. Like
Yeah. Oh yeah.
I'm just excited for everything, and we gonna see. Like I said, we got some things coming down the pipeline, but we that's
We gonna keep that under wraps right now.
yeah. That's to be discussed
Later
and figured.
disclose. Disclose
Yeah,
later.
yeah,
Yeah.
exactly. So, but
Yeah.
some big things coming, man, and once again, like I said, man, I appreciate you coming on. I appreciate you
Yeah. I
stopping by the
appreciate
Zell
you for
Dome.
having me, man. Appreciate you for having me.
Absolutely, bro. Like, and anytime you want, it's. it's an open invitation to
Yeah.
anybody. You know what I'm saying? Any and everybody. And it's personal relationships and contacts with everybody that has came on to the show.
Yes,
So
sir.
all you got to do is reach out and be like, "Yo, can I
Mm-hmm.
come?" Like, you know what I'm saying? Like the Zell Dome is always open, man. It's not the Dean Dome, it's the Zell Dome, but it's
The
always open.
Zeldon.
Yeah, yeah.
All
So,
right.
but absolutely, man. Like I said, I appreciate you coming on and just chopping it up with me or whatever. And yeah, it's gonna be a great season and go Heels, right? You know what I'm
Go
saying?
Heels, baby. Go Heels.
Right, exactly. Exactly. So, but listen, everybody, that's gonna wrap up today's show. I appreciate everybody for tuning in with me and my guy Reyshawn Terry, man. Sure that y'all subscribe to the channel, follow me on Instagram and on Twitter. And until then,